Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gaff Major, and this is me finally doing the review of the Tier 4 Japanese destroyer Minikaze. Now this is a Tier 4 and 5 game of Capture the Base on Haven. On the enemy team we have a Gramshansky, a Farragut, a Hatsuharu, Third Attacker in the division with a Third Attacker and a Texas, and then we have a Dallas, a Queen Elizabeth and a New Mexico. Spawned on the left, and I'm going to play a bit of scouting on the left. So, Minikaze is the lead ship of her class of 15 destroyers, which were ordered between 1917 and 1920. They were designed with high speed in mind in order to provide escort to the Marquis-class battlecruisers which were under construction at the time. Now, Minikaze, meaning Mountain Wind or Summit Wind, was launched in 1919, completed in 1920, and sunk in 1944 by a submarine of the United States Navy. Now, if you're interested in a more technical breakdown of these ships and a history of each individual ship, then I'd recommend the Navy Reviewer, which will be carded top right now, and also on the end screen now. That is 9 minutes and 52 seconds long. Farragut is not what I want to be getting really that close to, so I'm going to be hitting that engine boost and trying to get some distance between me and that Farragut as quickly as possible. So, survivability wise, Minikaze has the lowest HP base for a Tech Tree Tier 4 destroyer. However, she appears to have reasonable armor values, but what that actually means overall is yet to be shown via an armor viewer, which planned to be introduced maybe next patch. Artillery wise, you have 4 4.7-inch guns in 4 single mounts, and this is A turret, P turret, Q turret and Y turret. So P all along the centre line, Y turret at the rear, A turret at the front, and then P and Q in the midships. And now the interesting one is that Y, P and Q turret do 360, whereas A turret is like your normal conventional turret with its limited traverse. So, when it comes to the actual details of these guns, they do have the joint shortest range of 9.6 kilometers, the slowest reload time of 10 seconds, the second slowest turret traverse speed of 20 seconds. They also, when it comes to the damage to the shells, you have an average HE shell damage, you have an average fire chance, and you have a below average AP shell damage. Now, when it comes to your DPM, you have the second worst HE DPM, second worst AP DPM, and the second worst fires per minute. Going on to the torpedoes, we have 3 dual launchers, all on the midships, and now these have the fastest reload per launcher and also the fastest reload per tube. They do the lowest damage of 10,833 and have the joint second shortest range of 6 kilometers. Now they also have the joint second slowest speed of 59 knots, joint second shortest detectability of 1.2 kilometers. So based on their speed and their detectability, enemies will have an average amount of time in order to respond to these torpedoes. Really, I don't like shooting anything unless I really have to, because she is very much a torpedo boat. Although that very weak Third Attacker is very tempting. Let's see if I can borrow this Farragut smoke screen. It's only going to be around for a little bit. We should be alright. So, when it comes on to the maneuverability, this is where all your traits are. So, you're fast, agile, and have fragile technology. So, fast, yes, agile, yes, and fragile technology basically means that your engine modules and your rudder modules are exposed are more likely to be incapacitated. So, having an unstoppable trait is highly recommended. Okie dokie. So, you are the second fastest at the tier, at doing 39 knots. You have the joint second smallest turning circle, and you are 550 meters, and you also have a joint fastest rudder shift, which is 2.1 seconds. Now, when it comes to your concealment, you have the joint second best detectability by sea, which is 5.8 kilometers base. Your detectability from the air is 2.9 kilometers, and your detectability in smoke is 2.1 kilometers. Now, going on to your consumables, you have two smoke screens. These have a 20-second duration and a 73-second dispersion, and a 240-second reload. So duration is how long it takes to lay a smoke screen, dispersion is how long the smoke screen is going to be sat around for, and the basically the reload is the reload. So that means you're looking at having 167 seconds between smoke screens. You also have the two engine boosts as well. Now, these will improve your engine speed by 8% for 120 seconds, and then have a 180-second reload. And this will take your top speed up to 42.12 knots, subject to commander traits and booster flags and things like that. So, Minikaze is very much a torpedo boat, and yes, she does come with more guns than a Matsuki, but with the shorter torpedo range, you got two more guns to defend yourself with, but you're only really going to be able to be in an advantage to defend yourself against a Matsuki. And your torpedo launchers reload fast, which is actually quite nice. However, the downside is obviously the shorter range that comes with these. So I'm just going to stop here. They've only got a Hatsu Haru left, which will probably easily outgun me, unfortunately. Very much, she does not like being up tiered at all, as any destroyer is very dangerous to her. She's very much a battleship hunter. Which I don't really like. I'm more of a hybrid destroyer commander. One of the reasons why I obviously like the British and the Germans as well. I'm not really too much into this pure torpedo boat play. So just going to wait for the Queen Elizabeth to come around. Although I'm seeing a Hatsu Haru, I really can't take any kind of chances of firing my guns. Queen Elizabeth looks like she's probably backing up. So maybe it is time to go hunt this Hatsu Haru. Or probably not hunt her, but more like just keep her spotted for our team. I still have smoke screens in order to disengage, which is a very valuable commodity. I mean, the Hatsu Haru is actually quite a good gunboat build, so let's see how this goes. Now, as always, down in the description will be the modules and the commander build used, but I should let you know that I have taken aiming systems. I'm starting to wonder why the Hatsu Haru is not doing any damage to me. Is she firing AP at me? Oh no, it does damage. Okay, fair enough. That's another fire, so she's already damaged the first fire. What's the Queen doing? The Queen's going backwards. It doesn't look like she's halting either. So it should just be a case of getting the torpedoes on target. Hatsu Haru's torpedoes are well off. was hoping that I timed that just right enough to stealth torpedo around the corner of the island. Problem is, I probably will be picked up by that aircraft as it closes in. Hopefully my torpedoes are well on their way though. Yeah, there we go. Very nice, very nice. All before the aircraft got me picked up. Well, I've already given you my thoughts on her. She's not for me, I have to confess. 54,000 damage though from 7 torpedo hits, 19 gun hits and 2 kills, 4 floodings and 2 fires, and yeah, fair enough. Made a decent profit as well, so all in all, quite happy with that game. And review actually managed to get the reading of the notes correct. Well, now I finally reviewed the tier 4, I'm now in a happy position where I'm happy to do the summary of the Japanese tech tree destroyers alternative that have been introduced to the game, so I hope to be working on that this weekend. If you have enjoyed this, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe, and if you aren't already a subscriber, I'd like to say thank you very much for your continued comments, contribution and support to the channel. If you want to support the channel on Patreon, the link is down in the description, and also the commander build and the modules are down in the description, and also the email address for the channel if you wish to send in your own game captures for our community videos. Until next time, I'm the Major, and back to the port.